Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Kodash. Double honor has been to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who rule well and taught us this 100% truth. Much peace and blessings be unto you all who would let that to push not this word of thought, truth, and sincerity. To all y'all can say Shalom. I am the accurate. I am from the servants of Yahweh, Yahushai. I'm coming in with the quick hit. Going into, shall we not receive evil? And that's with the question mark. All right, because, excuse me for that, the Lord always, the other Apostle Kabar made mention that if you were given this truth, you're blessed, man. So the Lord always blesses us with these spiritual gifts and things of that sort. It makes us prosperous here and there. But at the same time, keep a balance. He has to, bring us evil. All right, that's a vexing thing, but we got to go through it, man. All right, think of the things we've encountered throughout history. Although we have no remembrance of the former things, and we understand that we were back here on this earth, tons of times, and we all went through, captivity and things like that. So I was reading the Book of Lamentations, the first chapter, and it was pretty much vexing. Went into our Shidat Se Solitaire, earthly paraphrasing right there, going into how Jerusalem was, fallen, and he had all the lovers, if you will, which those are going to the other nations, which, Jacob made a covenant with. That's what it was going to when they made the mention of the word lovers. And, none did help her. All right, so, digressing back from that, we're receiving evil, and we have to receive evil as well, just to keep a balance. So, digressing back, my cat's pretty much sick, she's a female, her name is Athena, and what happened is that she got sick, and she could be possibly dying, and I've been praying to Yahweh Shemel Shai, to help her, to heal her ailments, Lord will she stays, fine with us. And I tried to go to the vet today, but it was already too late, They closed at 5 p.m. And it was really the spirit, that confirmed that she was sick. Because for the past 3 days, I've been observing her. And she hasn't been eating and drinking much. All right, she's been sleeping a lot. She trembles here and there. Her meows are muffled and they're pretty much scratchy. She's not active. She doesn't play with her brother anymore. She has a brother as well, Apollos. So... Lord will get to I have her checked up, but that grieved me. Seeing her sick and she has a fever, so that grieved me. And I just it was upsetting. But we gotta endure and suck it up, man. Consider our forefather Job. He's a prophet too, man. He was speaking to the spirit. Consider our forefather Job, who lost great possessions, lost his children, lost his flocks. He even lost his health, if you will. He had sore boils, if I'm not mistaken, to the point where his friends didn't recognize him. So, he got plagued badly, but it was all temptation, man, just to see if he retained his integrity to the Lord. Because you read prior in that chapter, Job the first and the second chapter, the Lord made the mention. To Satan, he was speaking about Job. He was saying that none is like him on the earth, None is like him. He was a great man. So this is the book of Job, the second chapter, verse 9, verse 9, it says, Then said his wife unto him, Dost thou still retain thine integrity? Which that word integrity means the quality of being honest and having strong moral principles, moral uprightness, the state of being whole and undivided. Yeah, so although, we're vexed and, we feel like shit and whatnot, and we just want to give up, we still got to push on, man. There's no really giving up, man. We still got to do these lessons and things of that sort, man. This we're just going to the book of Proverbs, if I'm mistaken, the 24th chapter, going into man falleth 7 times, but get it back up again, and get it back up again. All right? But he that is wicked shall stay in mischief, really paraphrasing right there. And you don't want to be in mischief, man. That's a horrible place to be. And Lord, that doesn't befall us. But, integrity really means moral uprightness. And what's our moral uprightness? to keep on pushing, man. Keep on pushing. I didn't want to do a lesson right now. I just want to, just drop down, but I gotta push on. So it goes on to say, then said his wife unto him, this thou shalt retain thy integrity. Curse Yahweh and die. Alright, and that's a classic thing amongst people. What they do is when they don't, when they don't get what they want, they start cursing the Lord out. That's not right. It says in verse 10, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. What? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? And all this did Job sin with, and all this did not Job sin with his lips. See, so he rebuked his wife, telling him, what? Shall we receive good at the hand of Yahweh, and shall we not receive evil? Proving the point that the Lord is all about balance, man. He gives us good things, but he also has to give us bad things. So going back to what I was, mentioning earlier, we have to receive all the evil. In this time is to receive an eternal, rest of peace and, the good. We're going to receive the good very soon. That's an example. Another example would be how the Lord blessed me with having two, cats. Not one of them, is sick, but we try to endure. And the Lord will, the Lord keeps her alive. All right. And even if he does take her away, we still gotta push on, man. We still gotta, retain our integrity. Hey, consider that you're gonna have tons of people, tons of loved ones dying anyways, so, it's just, suck it up if you will. But this is the book of Proverbs, the 11th chapter. Proverbs 11th chapter, verse 1, it reads, a false balance is abomination to the Lord. A false balance. But a just weight is his delight. Hey, see? So the Lord's all about balance, order, perfection. You look in that movie. I was watching the Lego movie. You look into that movie, the Lego movie, and you got Lord business or President business. And he's all about perfection, all about order. That's how Lord is, man. Yahweh Shai. They're all about order. And the apostles even speak about order. An example would be the book of 1 Corinthians, the 13th chapter, verse 11, going to the order. That the head of the man is the anointed Yahweh Shai, and the head of the woman is a man, and the head of the anointed Yahweh Shai is the Heavenly Father Yahweh. That's an example of order. So again, but a just weight is his delight. So, there comes times where it's going to give you good, but at the same time it's going to give you bad. King David, he lived the balance of good and evil, man, if you will. Right? There's also a precept in the book of 1 Samuel, the 2nd chapter. Yeah, verse 2 it says, Slack chapter 2, verse 6 it says, the Lord killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the grave and bringeth up. The Lord maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. Yeah, the Lord's in control of all these things, man. But anyways, I want to get into the book of the book of Sirach, the 2nd chapter. Verse 1, and it reads, my son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. And see, because like I say, the Lord's in control ultimately, man. And he's constantly trying. The scripture's going to how the Lord trieth, men. The Lord trieth men. And temptation, if I'm mistaken. Yeah, that word temptation. Actually, if I can get that on the blue letter. Temptation. What's Salaki? I'm going to say Salaki for all my rambling earlier. But you look into that word temptation. Look with Shah, bear with me. And it goes into the Hebrew word Masah, which means despair, test, proving, trial. All right, prove, and it goes back to the root word Nasa, which means to test, try, prove, tempt, assay, put to the proof or test. All right, so the Lord's trying us, and while He's trying us, it's gonna bring about despair, which that word despair means hopelessness, the complete loss or absence of hope. You know, and we gotta keep that hope, man. When being tried, we gotta keep that hope, man. Gotta keep that hope. Verse 2, set thy heart aright, which that word heart meaning mind. You know, and scripture's going to how remove these mortal thoughts away from you. Alright, what does that word mortal mean? Death. So remove these, you know, vile thoughts away from you, if you will. You know, these thoughts of death and things of that sort. So Lord, my cat doesn't die. You know, Lord, wish she stays alive. We just gotta keep on hoping, you know. Praying to Yahweh Shemel Shai. But it goes on to say, set thy heart aright and constantly endure, and make not haste in time of trouble. Alright? Cleave unto him and depart not away, that thou mayest be increased at the last end. You know, because the Lord is in control ultimately. Everything is in his hands, man. Alright? So all we can do, all we can do is just pray, you know, and hope. But I'm just gonna end it off right there, and you know, hopefully this lesson was edifying. To the next one, I say shalom.